Hey, what's up, everyone? Steve and Chris here. Thanks for jumping on tonight's episode of the Diehard Boston Sportscast. As you can imagine, we're going to talk a lot about the Celtics. So there's a lot of noise, a lot of rumors going around yesterday, today. I'm sure there's going to be a ton more tomorrow. Guys coming in for workouts. A lot of good stuff going on. Ainge actually talking today, trying to blow smoke up people's butts and talk about that. Also, the Red Sox are in action in Kansas City tonight. What else? Whatever else you guys want to talk about. So, Chris, trade's
Rock and
official.
roll.
Yeah, trade's official with Philly.
The more I keep thinking about the trade, I'm okay with it. At first I was a little shocked that it happened, but clearly the Celtics are targeting a player who they feel very strongly they can get at the 3 spot.
All right.
Fultz didn't do it for him. I mean, everything I've heard about Fultz so far is that his shooting has been subpar in his workouts.
Hmm.
I'm not mortgaging on the future on a what if, so to speak. If you can get assets and possibly try to get a trade, I say you go with it. All these people keep saying that Angel lost. Angel lost this trade. You know my feelings towards Danny Ainge 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I mean, it's something that it's going to be down the road where you'll really see it take effect. So we'll know in a few years. It could be a disaster or it could be gold. I mean, people just assuming that Fultz is like the end-all, be-all is crazy. Someone like an Avery Bradley or even a Marcus Smart, I think people like that are going to eat him up in the pros. I mean, he's what, 6'4", 6'3", something like that?
I think he's a little taller, but
I think he's like 6'4", I think.
yeah, I mean, I
I
don't like it
just
either. They're already.
feel he's
Yeah.
I don't feel he's a must-have, I guess. And all these, it's great talking to these Philly people where, it's, trust the process. We're doing this, we're doing that. Your city hasn't won shit in eons, and you want to come talking shit about the Celtics? Are you kidding me? Your organization doesn't even belong in the same sentence as the Celtics. It's almost insulting. Oh, yeah, they get Embiid. He's played, 30 games his entire career?
Yeah. Simmons has been hurt the whole time. Yeah.
Simmons got hurt. I mean, Saric I like. I wouldn't mind seeing him come over.
Yep.
But I don't know. How do you feel about it? I mean, I think that's not the end-all, be-all.
Nah, I mean, like you said, for whatever reason, Danny and company didn't like Markel, right or wrong. Like you said, they could be proven right or wrong in a few years, depending on the kid does. So, I mean, they already have a ton of guards.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting. I mean, like, what they got in return, like, kept changing by the minute for, like, hours. That was kind of
Right.
crazy. And then,
I mean, like I told you, I had actually watched like a fairly decent amount of his workout because Philly hyped the shit out of that. I mean, they
oh,
were
yeah.
showing it live on Twitter and the whole 9 yards. You remember the old game Around the World? We've all played it.
Yep.
He shot 4 from 18 from beyond the arc in
Oh,
Around the World. Does that sound like someone who's going to change your franchise around? You tell
yeah.
me.
Tough to say.
Oh, come on. I mean, at that, what's he, 21, 20,
No, he's way younger than that. He's like 19, I think.
19? I mean, come on. At that age, me and you could drop 4 out of 18.
Yeah.
I'm curious what, a few people in the group, have to think about this. I can't see obviously who's on or whatever. If Chris Mullen is on, I'd like to hear your input on this trade situation, or anyone else for that matter.
I guess the only part of the trade too I'm not really in love with is all the protections on the picks.
Yeah, I mean it's a little frustrating, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean I think like if I know they did it because they wanted more trades in the league, but I'd like to see it go back to, hey, if you want to give up your pick, you're giving up the pick. None of this. Well, if it falls between 1 and 1.5, you're keeping it. I mean, it's just
Right.
stupid.
That part's frustrating for
Yeah.
sure. But something to keep in mind, like I posted when the trade happened, the very last time this happened with the Celtics, they had the first pick. In came Chief, and that number 3 was McHale.
Right.
Not saying this is going to be, he's going to be a McHale type player because let's be honest, McHale's one of the best postmen of all time, period. That'd be way too much pressure on the kid, but I sure the hell would love to have history repeat itself here.
A question from Brett. What are the chances you give the Celtics to land Hayward, like a lot of sources have been saying, and also a true big man?
I think the chances on Hayward, I mean, you're probably not going to like it. I think it's 60-40 that he doesn't leave. I think it's almost a coin flip at this point. It's going to take a lot for him to actually say, okay, I'm leaving. That's my gut instinct on the situation. Now, when he says a big man, are we talking like a true center, like a Drummond, a Cousins, that type, or just another big man?
Yeah, solid 5-man.
I got a feeling if Hayward, I mean, I've been hearing some reports about Griffin, but I'm not sure how connected he is at the moment to Boston. Something tells me he's going to be in a green uniform if Hayward falls through. Everyone's saying Hayward's a done deal here, but I haven't heard enough that tells me that's a done deal exactly. So let's just wait and see on that. I like Hayward. Is he enough to get us over the edge? No. He's a chip. Going in the right direction. I think ultimately, as far as the big man goes, you're going to see someone in-house, I think, like Zizek or whatever. But at the same time, you got to recall that, remember, Horford is really going to be a center when push comes to shove at the moment.
Right.
So I think if you get someone like a Griffin, you're going to see Horford slip into the 5 spot, is my guess. Well, that's a good question. Who do you prefer on they do with Hayward? Are you in on him?
Yeah, I know. I keep going back and forth on him. It's gotta be tough because one of the big guys at ESPN, Jeff Goodman, talking about how Hayward's a really like quiet dude, keeps to himself. Like even in college, he really didn't talk to a lot of people. You know, a lot of people, I guess, aren't sure how he would play in Boston.
Yeah, I heard that report too. I mean, I hate to go there, but your biggest fear for me is you get another David Price on your hands.
Yeah, so that's a little worrisome. Would I take
mean,
a chance? Yeah.
Now who asked that question? Zach, you said?
Brett.
What's Brett feeling on the situation?
Yeah, Brett, what's your gut feeling? You think Hayward's coming? As far as like a big man, who do you want? Did you see also that guy they signed from Germany today, Daniel Thies?
Yeah, looks like a tank.
Yeah, jeez. I saw
In
once in
real,
the highlights he blocked like 3 guys in a row.
Right.
I mean, obviously, you know, who knows? He might start with the main Red Claws this coming year. Who knows? But Maybe we'll see him in the summer league. That'd be pretty cool. He's 6'5".
Yeah, it would be
He's
decent.
a pretty young kid.
I mean, one other thing I want to mention to people watching the show when people like Brad or whoever is asking the question to us, don't be afraid to chime in on your own little what you want, while we're talking. That way we can, compare and whatnot. I mean, obviously, you'll have to feed it to me, but things will be better in a few weeks as far as the show goes, so it'll be a lot different.
Yeah, Dave Wittenberg, as far as faults, his comment, he's not a winner. He won 9 games in college.
Right. Exactly. I mean, that's another thing I heard, that the Celtics weren't really sold on, that he really cared to win. You're in Boston. You better damn well care to win. If not, you're in the wrong city.
Yeah, I guess you gotta take that with a grain of salt, I think. Is that like Boston media trying to like shit on the kid because they're not taking him? It's tough to say. I mean, I'm not. You know.
It was disappointing in the fact that people were burning his jersey and stuff. Come on. I mean, cut the shit. There ain't no need of that. That makes you look like Cleveland. I mean, come on. You're better than that, Boston, to be pulling shit like that.
Yeah, they do it, though. I mean, they go back to Terry Francona. They smeared the shit out of him when they let him go. So
I just hate shit like that. It just irks me.
I mean, is the kid going to be a good player in the NBA? More than likely. Guess it's... Ainge didn't think he was going to be that transcendent #1 type of player. I mean, some people are talking about him like he was the next LeBron James, which...
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That's absurd.
You know my feelings about the receded hairline one.
Right. Oh,
but let's call it like it. Let's just call it like it is. I mean, aside from, I know it's going to get you triggered, Chris, on this, but aside from Durant, LeBron's pretty much in the league right now. Despite, getting their asses handed to him in the finals, he averaged a triple friggin' double. I mean, you can't do much more than that.
Oh, Brett, he's 60-40 like us on Hayward leaving. He swings back and forth on the thought of Hayward. Big man, he'd love to see a big body like Drummond.
I like Drummond a lot, but one of these new sources that I picked up today, I was going back and forth with them about Drummond, and I was told that he's not in the equation mainly because of money situation, the money factor.
All right.
So take it for what it's worth. I think they're going to go in-house on the center position. I mean, there's people talking now, if Zizic was in this draft, he'd be a lottery pick. I mean, that's going to turn to potentially be a steal.
Yeah, I know we shit on Ainge a lot, but he's a pretty good scout, like, when it comes to, like, overseas talent.
No, yeah.
Yeah. There's probably not anybody better, really, than him that does it.
I'll give him credit when where credit's due.
Yeah.
I will shit on him when he irritates me, though, which is a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But,
now Don chimes in like Chris burnt the hood.
Huh?
Do you see that guy on Instagram that burnt the Fultz jersey?
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, guy, his account's Green Runs Deep. Pretty good account. If you haven't, check it out. Anybody?
Oh, him?
Green Runs Deep. Go check him out. Tell him we sent you. His account's pretty good, but yeah, he went out, I think it was a month ago or something, and had a Fultz jersey made. So as soon as the trade went down, he burned it.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh, you said something about burning the hood. I mean, that's just blasphemous talk. Who come up with that?
Austin's chiming in. Are you guys expecting to see any of our favorite faces on contract leave this offseason? Like Smart, Crowder, Brown.
Off the team, you mean?
Yeah, like traded. Yeah.
I think if anyone's to get traded on the roster now, it's going to be in Crowder.
Yeah.
I think he's your target in the trade.
Yeah, like if we get somebody like Butler, Crowder's going the other direction.
Yeah, no question about that. No question.
And then, like, another name that was floated for a little bit was Porzingis. But that's probably more of a long shot.
I'd be all over Porzingis if you could potentially get him.
So as far as like Paul George, would you make the move or no?
No, absolutely not. No. He has one option and one option only as far as I'm concerned, and it's to sign an extension or I don't even want you on my team. Because all he has is his eyes set on the bright lights of LA. And I think he did his organization dirty with his tactic that he put the Pacers in a no-win situation here. I mean, you stripped all leverage of that, so I'm out on George completely.
Yeah, I guess, if they could talk him in, like you said, into signing an extension, I would do it depending on what you'd have to give up. That's tough, though, because if you didn't have to give up really anything of value, you could do it and see what happens.
Yeah, but I see where you're going with that, but he's still essentially going to be a rental. And I mean, unless Jesus Christ comes down and starts playing on your team, you're probably still not getting it past Cleveland. Unless some injury happens.
Which there's some weird stuff in Cleveland. They fired the GM tonight.
Yeah, I heard that Billups is a name that's being floated around as a GM.
Yep.
I always thought that was a mistake letting him go.
Yeah, there was apparently the owner wanted to listen to offers for Kyrie, and the GM said no.
Danny Ainge, you have his phone number?
Yeah.
I would take Kyrie in a friggin' heartbeat. Come on.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell?
Yeah, Austin, Paul George doesn't seem to have that winning drive. Seems like a mega talent just along for the ride.
Right.
Well, I mean,
so who do we have right now,
totally
Steve?
Makes sense, because if he wants to go to the Lakers, I mean, yeah, they might get Lonzo Ball, they got Randall, but they have the chance to, still suck in a couple of years.
Right. So who we have on at the moment?
Junior, Austin, Chris, bunch of other people.
Oh, Junior Ponce is on?
Yeah, Junior, you still there? What's going on?
What's going on, man? Junior and Chris, who do you want the Celtics to draft and why?
Or anybody else, chime in.
For anybody. I mean, there's so many names. I'm just kind of floating it out there.
Yeah,
I think I'm about 90% sure who they're taking at this point, barring a trade.
Well, I guess they've talked a little bit with the Suns about trading down, too.
Suns are what, the fourth pick? Or the fifth? Fourth?
Because they want Jackson.
Do it. If I don't want to tip my hand entirely for who I think it's going to be, but I'm pretty sure people know who my pick's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Just say you swap places with them. They take Jackson. There's still probably Tatum's still going to be there. That's why
what kills
me. Taking Tatum,
what kills me, Steve. You know it.
Yeah.
I told you already today who I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, come tomorrow, I'll put another, another highlight where I think, was a potential and maybe a couple dark horses. But
Yeah, Ainge did say they had it narrowed down to two guys. He wouldn't say which two, but
I can tell you
I
already.
mean, They had Tatum in for a workout today. They're still trying to get, Jackson to come in. They're like you told me, they're trying to get Ball to come in.
I call that due diligence with Ball.
I mean, like Jackson though, if he doesn't even want to come over for a workout, like why would you even consider him? Yeah,
You're killing me,
did. The
Steve.
kid Duke Tatum, they brought him in today. Apparently, he looked pretty good.
Yes, he did. I can give you a little bit of insight on it if you want me to.
Yeah, fire away.
They were more than impressed with his workout. To say that they were happy would be an understatement. Very impressed with his footwork. Oh, it kills me every time I say shit like that about a Duke player. Oh.
I mean, they really haven't had a lot of decent NBA players in a while.
Are you trying to set me up for a layup, or what's the deal here?
No, the Kyrie was probably the last one.
Well,
He
Jabari Parker's going to be something, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, at this point, it's a two-person race, and if Jackson, is being targeted by Phoenix, you damn well know who the Celtics are eyeing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart move by Danny. If you can swap places, get more assets and still get the player you want.
I mean, depends what the actual trade is. I guess if you can get some type of certainty that that's where they're going, I mean, draft deals are so damn tough because you can get your ass burnt by someone not shooting straight with you.
Yeah, I heard it was like a future first-round pick. They didn't really get into, how much in the future.
Phoenix, I mean, down the road, obviously the West is loaded, but they get a little bit of talent there. Booker's something special.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, Austin, he's hearing Tatum's the next Paul Pierce. We were talking about that off the air.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that video highlight package I put up today in the group, boy, that turnaround jump shot looks awful familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like, if he's 75, 80% of Pierce, it's pretty good.
It's hard to, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, if you can get anything close to Pierce, you got something. I mean, Pierce was an animal on the defensive side, too. I mean, that's your main difference between Jackson and Tatum. I mean, the ceiling for like a Jackson would be like a Sean Marion type. Something of that nature.
All right.
Where if you get Tatum
he's got the clutch
to get defensively, you got a Pierce possibly in him.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know, like, how is he going to be clutch in the NBA? It's just...
I mean, it's just it's just a crapshoot. I mean, how many times do you think you have the sure bet in the NBA and someone from the second round becomes like a legit star, like a Ginobili,
right,
a Leonard? I mean, there's always diamond in the roughs. It's impossible, I mean, to say, this guy is it.
Right. Yeah. It kind of makes sense why they traded down, but...
And if, to me, people are like gaga about Fultz. I think the two names that are just as good for point guards is Miller Jr. from North Carolina State and Fox from Kentucky. Fox from Kentucky has a faster move to the basket than Kyrie Irving does. He is lightning quick.
Right.
Good defender. I mean, his shot needs work. I mean, think Rondo 2.0 basically, but faster
Yeah.
with Fox.
Yeah.
Miller kind of reminds me of D Wade a little bit, honestly.
Jeez. Oh.
So that's a dark horse, Miller Jr. But I
Don
don't think they
chiming
take him
in
into the three.
saying Gronk spent 102 grand at Foxwoods this weekend on alcohol and stuff.
Just never ends, does it?
Yeah, Jesus. He better produce.
Jeez.
Sure he will, but
So who's everyone got for the draft picks?
what's that?
Did anyone put down who they wanted for the draft?
Now, Austin is talking about Tatum being Paul Pierce, but
That's it. No one else got anybody else the name?
Chris
Just
Mullin
Austin?
said Chris Jr., not Jr. Chris Jr., not Miller Jr.
Chris Jr.
Yeah, who are you talking about? The guards?
Oh, from North Carolina State?
Yeah.
Pretty sure his name's Dennis Miller Jr.
No, okay.
Pretty sure. I don't think it's
Wittenberg-
Chris Miller. It might
Wittenberg
be,
thinks
but
they're
I think
gonna-
it's Dennis Miller.
Yeah, Dave thinks they're going to draft Jackson.
Boy, Dave, you know how much I've been on Jackson, but he's really hurting his stock here with the Celtics. I just don't understand it. It's like he doesn't want to be here.
Yeah, it's a little mind-boggling, honestly.
Well, he had that tweet after they announced the signing with, Fultz going to Philly. He's like, well, anyone can look good on a shit team. Doesn't take that much. So he's a little bit of a character, to say the least.
Brian Smith said Dennis Smith Jr.
Whatever. Dennis, yeah, there you go. I must be thinking about the comedian, but I knew it was Dennis Jr., whatever. Hey, he reminds me of D Wade a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit. But I think it's Tatum in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, if they don't... Yeah, even if they trade down one, they'll still get him.
Yeah.
Quick Sox update. They're losing 4-2 in the 7th now.
Who was pitching tonight?
Velasquez was in. He didn't do bad.
No.
No, he gave up 2 runs, I think.
Incredible. You see who the Bruins left open for the
That's a
expansion
good one.
draft?
Who do you think they're going to lose?
I hate to say it because I like him. I think he's a good player. I think it's going to be Colin Miller they're going to lose.
Yeah.
It makes too much sense. I don't understand why they would not protect him. He's young and he has good upside to him. Why you just let him walk for nothing like that? It's crazy.
Yeah, they protected Spooner because I think they're going to try to trade him. But
Oh, please. I can't stand Spooner. That frustrates the shit out of me.
yeah, they left Subban open too. I doubt they'll take him though.
No. Hell, the Bruins don't even want him. Yeah, I don't know.
Chris Mullin.
How to figure?
Chris Mullin said Smith Jr. has been compared to college version of Russell Westbrook.
Really? Send me the article, Chris, if you can find it. I thought it looked a little bit like Wade, but Westbrook works too.
Yeah. And as far as like Spooner, he was rumored to maybe be going to Minnesota for that Broden defenseman. That was a couple of weeks ago.
I have cousins out in Minnesota, and I was talking to them about it, and they're not too keen on that trade.
No?
No.
Hmm.
I mean, a lot of people think like the Wild is like, like bandwagon type fans. Believe me, they care about hockey in Minnesota big time. Big, big time. That's like baseball to us over here.
Chris said it's not an article, it's Adam Jones's take from the Sports Hub.
All right.
Yeah, that guy like he said, he watches a ton of college basketball. It's not like he's just shooting from the hip.
Interesting. Well, if you're getting compared to, I suppose, Westbrook or Wade, you're in good company. So, but I'd have to take, the guy's opinion over mine. He knows more about it than I do.
Right?
It's just me. It was just the eye test, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like my head's going to explode over all this basketball stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know a lot of stuff because we talk often. You know what's going on behind the scenes here with everything. Oh, more to come. I almost can't wait till it's over.
Well, it won't be, because then you got free agency.
Oh, I know. At least I'll have a week or two break. Well, who am I kidding? I'll be grumpy right after the draft, probably. Maybe not, though. I'm pretty calm lately.
Yeah, Chris doesn't watch a lot of college because he has 4 kids.
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess I get where he's coming from. I mean, I don't, as you know, I don't get that situation going on with myself, but, right? Just don't have your kids say Durant, for Christ's sake. You put them in timeout.
Yeah.
Durant, get out of my sight. So who do you think they're going to take, Chris?
Yeah, Chris, who do you think Celtics are going to take? Yeah, no matter who it is, Danny Ainge will probably pull something out of left field anyways. Like last year.
You'll be surprised who the highlight is tomorrow of.
Nice.
I almost want to talk about him right now, but I don't want to spoil it. Unless someone picks up on it, then I'll be screwed. I'll have to go to option B.
Watch Danny. Chris said, "Watch Danny gonna take that kid from Florida State."
Come on, really, Chris? You ain't gonna believe this, Steve. Guess who the highlight package of tomorrow is gonna be?
That kid.
That kid from Florida State, Isaac.
Yeah.
Damn it! I'm putting it up anyways. The hell with it.
Yeah, why not?
I'll do 2, I guess. I'll do him and a dark horse.
Yeah, you do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
Right. Damn, I can't believe that just happened. That's incredible. Shit. Maybe he's the one who's like Wade. I don't know. I know someone reminded me of Wade. Maybe it's him.
It's tough.
Or maybe
though.
I just want to be right. I don't know. Could be both.
Together.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's so much crap going on right now in the NBA. It's nuts.
Right.
It's just frigging crazy.
Yeah, we could be doing all this like film watching and stuff, and then Thursday comes along, he trades for like an all-star.
You never know.
Right.
Not out of the realm of possibility.
He thinks it's going to be Isaacs. That's the
Really?
That's the kid from Florida State.
Yeah. Oh boy. In the circles that I'm wrapped up in with, I've heard Tatum and Isaac have all been short of a top 5 pick. So
Wow.
take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, like Chris said, Ainge does go against the grain. He plays to the beat of his own drum.
Right. Sometimes that drum just happens to have a broken snare when he's playing. He's got to think though, with all this stocking up that he's doing, he's got to have another plan. I mean, he's got to.
Right.
I mean, to be frank, I'm getting a little bit aggravated with this whole situation of stockpiling draft picks and not bringing in already proven talent. That's the most frustrating part for me.
Yeah, definitely a
Unless
little
he
bit.
just knows they got no shot in hell of getting past Cleveland, so what the
Right.
hell just go for? All this talk about Davis, coming to Boston, them throwing a shit ton at him. New Orleans is not interested in moving Davis anytime soon. And if anyone's going to get moved next year, it's going to be Cousins from them, not Davis. He's not going anywhere.
Wow.
That's from a very good source.
That's a good way to say it, Chris. The draft is loaded with decent players, not stars.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crapshoot. I mean,
Yeah.
if Fultz, that's a great point, because if there was that player that is like, bam, this is the guy, Celtics would not have traded that first pick away. It wouldn't have happened, no matter what position it was at.
Right.
Next year, things become very interesting
Yeah.
with all the big men that are there. Boy,
Oh, yeah.
Porter Jr. is going to be nasty if things pan out the way I think they're going to with him.
All right,
Nastiness. Real good.
You guys got anything else you want to talk about tonight, or are you good?
It's all up to you or whoever. I suppose if you want to, Steve, if the people in that group chat want to do it after, we could get into it, unless you're the plans for the night.
No, we can do that. Yeah.
I guess speak to you about setting off here anyways.
Okay. Yep.
I'll talk to you later about it.
All right. Yeah, we'll drop off for tonight. Thanks everyone for jumping on and watching. Have a good night.